Hello again. Welcome to another video from Town and Country. This one, we're in Feltham. Formerly Feltham in Middlesex. Now, I think it's called Feltham in the borough of Hounslow. Now, this is the second video in a series we're going to be doing in different boroughs around London and the southeast. Hounslow. It's quite a big borough, one of the biggest ones actually. It incorporates quite a big area. It goes as far as Chiswick in sort of London, W4, and comes all the way out to sort of Feltham, Hounslow, and all the sort of surrounding boroughs. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but we're going to be doing some videos, just having a look at the different areas. So we're in Feltham. Now, we have done it before, Feltham, done it a couple of times. Oh, it's very windy. Hope it's not going to affect the audio too much. As I say, we have done Feltham a couple of times before, or once, about a year ago, or nearly a year ago. I think it was January or February. And we're just going to have a look around, see if there's any changes. The last time I was here, that building over there was just a concrete slab. The actual structure was there, but it hadn't been, I think the brickwork's been put on it. Well, it has actually. The red appearance is the brickwork. Before it was just a concrete slab. So, that's already changed. We'll have a look down there later, but we're going to go up through the high street for now. Now, Feltham, like many other little towns in Hounslow, it's got a mixture of old and new. It has been redeveloped, as you can see from that buildings over there. And also, it's got some parts of it that are quite run down. Pretty similar to Hounslow, which is a video I've done recently. It does get a bad press, Feltham. It's got the young offenders prison here. So it always had a bit of a reputation as a bit of a rough area. Now, in recent years, there's been a lot of immigration to Feltham, just like there is to everywhere, really. Good or bad, that's for other people to decide. But I'm just reporting on what I see. There's the old station entrance there, anyway. I'll change it now when you go down by Lidl's, which just down there. So yeah, as I was saying, it has got a bit of a reputation as a bit rough and ready, Feltham. I never found it too bad. I mean, I don't know it that well. I know of it and I've been through it many times. On foot, driving to various jobs. It's got a few famous residents. I think one of the famous ones, or the most famous, is Freddie Mercury was from Feltham, I believe. I'm not sure where. Maybe we can find a link to it, his address, and put it up. I should have really looked at that first of all. Maybe we could have went and visited it. Right. Anyway, we'll just cross over here. So there's the entrance to the station, or one of the entrances. And then you've got Lidl's over in the back there. See how it is. Now, we're currently kind of mid-morning, 11 AM. Not sure how busy it'll be, but we're going to have a look to see if it's shaping up the high street. So in the previous video we did in Hounslow, we had a look at whether the onset of online shopping had affected the high street. I'm not sure that it did really. There was a few boarded up shops, but not that many, and it was thriving. So anyway, we'll just have a look down through the high street, see if we can find anything of interest. Quite a busy Greggs, always a good sign. Now obviously Feltham, it's obviously got a lot of people that work at the airport, so it's close proximity. the Wetherspoons. That's looking pretty busy for this time of day. Right, now I've just popped into Wetherspoons to use a toilet, so I'll have a quick look around. As you can see, it's quite busy for 11 o'clock in the morning. Some people having breakfast. We'll go out this way and walk down through there. Well, I don't know how they afford it. Anyway, that was a quick detour. I had to pop in there to use the toilet. Anyway, so we've got a little market here. Not much of a market, as to be said, just a little bit of fruit and veg. Also another German doner kebab. They're springing up everywhere. So, if shops are opening up, it's always a good sign. So you've got giant Asda's as well, and also in Iceland. And a Wenzel's, I don't know if that's new. It does look new, but it's not open yet. But I imagine the Asda's is pretty big. We'll have a quick look in there. Starbucks coffee. No town would be complete without a Starbucks, that's for sure. Now it's quite similar really, the layout to Hounslow that I was in previously in a video with the giant Asda's. I'm not looking for anything in particular, I just wanted to see how busy it was at this time of day, mid-morning. It's pretty busy. Well, that was a quick detour. The actual layout is very similar to Staines as well, which is another video I've done previously. So we've got some sort of tower blocks being built. It was built probably 20 odd years ago, I think, around here, but some of it's been added to since the last time I was there. More kind of shops, and we'll give that a miss. So we'll just have a look around here where the actual new builds are. Housing. Well, they're not new builds, they've been here a while, but we'll have a quick look around the back. And also we'll have a look at that new tower block that's gone up that we saw earlier. So it does look like they're adding to it all the time, Feltham, so it is getting bigger, as you can see. That building there has been there for a while, got that sort of really odd looking cladding on it. I don't know if it's a fire hazard. Looks like it could do with a facelift anyway. But we'll have a look. As I say, with Feltham, it does have a bit of a mixed reputation. Some people think it's really good to live. I've had comments, people saying I grew up in Feltham, they really like it, and other people say it's run down too many outsiders come in. And also, as I was saying earlier, well, it's very windy today. It does have a lot of a reputation for the young offenders, which is still here. Not actually in the centre of Feltham, it's on the outskirts of it, sort of thing. But it did have a reputation there as being quite rough and ready. I'm trying to see if I can find that tower block. I can't see it from here. Well, we've got the railway line there. I'll probably have to walk over. There's the bridge. Oh, there we go. I'm on the wrong side. So we'll have a little walk over the big green bridge. Feltham. There's another view of the station. That's the entrance we came in earlier. But we're going to go and have a look at this new build over here. I don't think we'll be able to get on because there's still construction going on. But if we can get up close, we'll have a look. Pretty high up. New homes for Hounslow. Well, as I say, we're not in Hounslow, but we're in the borough of Hounslow, which is quite big. I'll put a map up so people can have a look at the size of it, and we'll try and cover some areas. One of them will be Chiswick at a later date, which is probably the most expensive area in Hounslow, I would say, for housing and such. It's very upmarket, Chiswick. Let's have a look in here. Well, it's almost completed, but not quite, as you can see. The brickwork wasn't there before, as you can see. So it has come on in the last, I think it's 9 months since I was last here. But yeah, what we'll do, we're outside Lidl's now. I don't need anything as such, but what we'll do is we'll move back into the high street again and have another look. See if there's anything else we've missed. So we've got another view of the homes there. Looks quite impressive. And very, very handy for the station. I don't know about the parking for the residents, if there's any underground car parks. Doesn't say anything. Maybe they're not encouraging people to drive, they just use the trains. Public transport, which makes sense. If you live by a station, you don't necessarily need a car, I suppose. Unless you've got small children, and it does become a bit awkward. Right, well, just by the station, we'll have a quick look in the inside of it. The train's going to Weybridge, Waterloo and Reading, and also Windsor and Eton, which is another one we will do at a later date.
She needs the charger.
There's a little close up of the new builds there. quite impressive. I like the brickwork on it. A lot
Hey,
of work
man. You're right. You're everywhere, aren't you? Everywhere. You should be mayor of Feltham, I'll tell you. Greeting and meeting.
A lot of work for bricklayers, that would have been, but they're all finished now by the look of it. Have another look at it from there. All the new stuff going up. So, Feltham again. A combination of the old and the new. That's why I need a bike. Well, there's people sitting outside having coffees. It's a bit cold for that. I think I prefer to be sitting inside than out. But there you go. Now, as I say, I have been here before. There was a market on here. There was like a street entertainer or a kids entertainer. One of those balloon modelers doing stuff. He's not here today. This is a Friday, so I don't know if that's anything to do with it. He's only here on certain days of the week. But you've got a Costa and a Starbucks. As I say, no high street would be complete without those two. And you've got a Wetherspoons, Moon on the Square, which is very busy. Just coming up to sort of midday now. Now, funny enough, in Feltham there's not a great deal of pubs actually. On the high street you'd normally see 2 or 3 in most places. Here, I can only ever remember there have been one, which is the one opposite there. I think it used to be called the Red Lion, and that's called KTM Rocks, whatever that means. We'll have a look over there anyway. And also you've got the little pond here, which has always been a fixture of Feltham. So they're setting up new traffic lights here at the moment. Oh, it's very windy. London Borough of Hounslow. We'll have a quick look. Looks a bit run down, but it does look like it's open. Not at the moment. So we've got little Aldi's there as well. Not a superstore. And a little Tesco's. There is a superstore further down the other way with Feltham, but it's not right bang in the middle of a town centre, which can have a negative effect on all the shops. As if they sell everything, then all the little shops go out of business, which obviously isn't good. There's also a retail park here as well, which we'll go and have a look at. Used to have a bowling alley. I don't know if it's still there. We should go and have a look. looks like they're having a little bit of work done there. It's the back of the pub, the tent, the duck pond. There's a little church down here as well, which I quite like. I was here before, I had a look. I like these old Victorian buildings here as well. Could do with a lick of paint really. Yeah, so you've got the church and the school right next to each other. And I spy some new work going on there, tower crane and the scaffolding, so they're still developing it. That's quite nice. I don't remember that being there before. Some lovely brickwork though. Very nice. St Lawrence Catholic Church. Have looked at that before. Thought I'd come back and have another look. And the presbytery. The old arch there above the door. So, there's a little duck pond, a staple fixture of Feltham. You can see a new tower crane going up. I'm not sure what that is, or whether it's just been a... Is that part of the school? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just getting a facelift, but it doesn't look like they're extending it. There's the scaffolding's going up higher than the actual building. I'm not sure, we'll have a look. There's the ducks all chilling out. Keeping their eye on me. So, it does look like it's thriving. Feltham. Don't see too many boarded up shops, so that's always a good sign. Always a bit of a nightmare for traffic though, no matter what time you come here. It's got bus lanes which you can't go in at any time, so as you're driving, you're pretty much bumper to bumper. And that was even before all these 20-mile-an-hour zones came in. But there's a lot of work going on, street work by the look of it. Castle Kelly. So, some residential bits down there. We'll go up a little bit further and we'll walk down. fitness centre there as well, which looks fairly new. One thing I haven't noticed is street beggars, and normally when I do any of these high streets there's a good few of those about. I haven't seen any. Maybe it's a bit too early for them, I don't know. Maybe they come out after 12. Another view of the station with trains into central London, Waterloo, I think it goes to, and also to Windsor and Eton, which will be another tour I'll do. If there's any sort of local areas around the south east, which is where I'm based, you can pop them in a comment section and I'll see if I can cover them. Always good to see a little local coffee shop rather than the big brands, I think. Always a good sign that people are investing, which also means the rates are probably not too high if a small independent shop can set up. Some of the high streets, a lot of smaller businesses are priced out of it really, and they can't compete with the bigger brands, and they're priced out of it and end up closing. So it's always good to see one or two springing up. Not as many as you'd like to see, but always good to see. So just looking down here, having a look at a little residential part of Feltham. Not sure how old that church is. I always look for a stone with a date on it. I can't see one on there. I would say, looking at brickwork, 1930s. Could be wrong. 40s maybe. Oh, there's a magistrate's court down here as well, which I've never noticed before. Has that been converted into residential houses? I think it has. It doesn't look like a magistrate's court. That's good, yeah, I think it has been converted into houses. It's good to see old buildings repurposed like that, I think, rather than knocking them down and building these new structures that are pretty bland and boring and look all too uniform for my liking. Give me a Victorian property any day, like these ones here across the road. The old police box as well, which you don't see very often. Wonder how old that is. 1930s as well. Just had to go onto Google Maps, get my bearings. I thought I was walking the wrong way, but no, I am going the right way. And I believe the Tenpin bowling alley is still there. It's showing up on Google anyway. When I've been here before, obviously I've driven, but when you're on foot, you're like, hold on, I'm in the right place. Well, we found the retail park. It's It's looking pretty empty, it has to be said. Cineworld's there. There's not many cars. There's a Burger King. Then again, maybe it's more of an evening thing, but I think I walked the long way around to get here. I should have checked Google Maps before. Anyway, there's a view of the retail park and also the high street in the distance there. So, like I say, plenty of work still going on. Noodle bar. I'm surprised the size of this plot hasn't been redeveloped as well. Half the car park's empty. Shere Khan's. Not noticed that before. There's the Tenpin. Have a look. Sitting still down, a few people on a Friday morning. I haven't been here for many years. Anyway, so that's the Tenpin bowling. That's your little tour of Feltham. The retail park still there. I wasn't sure if it was still there because a lot of these other ones now are sort of taken over, but it is still there. It's got the cinema, bingo, Tenpin, gym, Shere Khan's and Cineworld, and also Burger King and Pizza Hut. Not forgetting oodles and noodles. Oodles and oodles. But there you go. Right, we're going to end the tour there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I covered most of it. But if not, you can let me know in the comments below if I missed any bits, or if there's ever any other areas you want me to cover. Like I say, I'm going to be trying to do Hounslow, all the different little towns incorporated into the London Borough of Hounslow. So yeah, drop me a comment below and we'll see if we can cover them. Okay then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.